Hey guys, welcome to day 24, the 25th of July. And I am just about ready to put this girl all together. She's just about to be completely assembled. Spent most of today writing the purity seals on, and I just realized I forgot all the ones in the middle. I'm glad I haven't glued her in yet. But had to repaint these because I used a different pin size and it did not look appropriate. Like all these, I used a 0.05 micron pin for this, and it's the perfect size for that. I mean, it all looks like little lines of text on there, and with some of the larger pins I could do some little bit more decorative work on the ribbons as well. But you can see it's even just doing little squiggles on these. It takes a long time to get everything done, and once that is done and I washed the buzzsaw blades, I may need to wash this silver up here to tone it down. I think I'm going to do that once I get it into the arm sockets here. Yeah, once that's in there and glued in and stuck for good, I'll wash that whole assembly up there with a black wash just to make it stick and make it uniform, make the wash uniform in its appearance. I need to wash all the skulls in Griffin Sepia or Delvin Mud, whichever one I end up choosing, and get that on there. And then re-highlight it up to white skull. But this one I found that I missed that ribbon completely. I hadn't even painted it the correct thing. In fact, I'll show you how I do a little bit of ribboning. So I'll take this, and all I do, I'll do these because they're easier. All you do is just make nice little lines and keep them closer together than you think you would need to. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Squiggle, squiggle. And I, in order of the Imperium and the Grand Inquisitor Cosimundos, say that this lady shall be dancing in the penitent engine until all her sins are forgiven, or until about 5:30 on Wednesday afternoon, whichever shall come first, and then she shall then join me for tea, and we shall discuss her penance further over a game of cribbage. But yeah, and you just add these things onto here, and it goes from just a little metal piece of ribbon to a Grand Inquisitor's proclamation, recipe for crumpets and scones. Yes, mothers. Yeah, I'll be down in just a minute. Wives telling you what to do, which if you have a wife, you know how that goes. If you don't have a wife, get used to saying 2 words and your marriage will be happy, and those 2 words are yes and dear. But see, there we go, and you just keep doing that, filling this stuff out. Oh, sounds like I have company coming up. So we'll stop this. Hey, Edmund.
You need to hurry up.
Oh, I need to hurry up. Okay, so that's boss. So I'll answer the question later. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Alright guys, it's been a couple hours since I finished the little painting instructional bit. Today's big question is, what is your favorite book? And the answer is going to be The Silmarillion by Tolkien. It's to me, it has so much depth and so much other stuff, and so every time I read it I find something new, and I've read it like 15 to 20 times, which may say more about my mental acuity than anything else. But so since that's the easy answer, I'm going to offer a couple other books, especially for you, War Boss. If you're looking for military history, this is The Gaelic War by Caesar. It's actually by Caesar. It's preserved through history for us. Now, granted, it's written by Caesar, and so you have to take that with a lump of salt when reading about how cool Julius Caesar says Julius Caesar is. But it's got a lot of pre-imperial Roman battle tactics. You really see why the men loved Julius in a lot of ways, because he wrote stuff, but there were people checking up on him. So there's some level of acuity to it. But another one to read that is interesting, which will be probably really hard to find, is The Murder of Charles the Good by Galbert Bruges, or Galbert of Bruges. and it's a very interesting little take on a small murder of a semi-important noble. I think it was in the lowlands in the Netherlands. And then the men who they kill him in church, and then they realize that it was a very bad plan because they had no escape philosophy, and so they hide. They basically are put under siege for weeks by the townspeople who were ticked off. They killed their lord and master, and finally they end up in the belfry of a church for like many days, if not weeks. Nobody can get them out, and nobody can get in there. And it's very interesting. It's kind of a comedy of like, what? I can't believe that really happened, sort of thing. Better than any books in a lot of ways. But other than that, there's so many books I could list. I went through a bunch of them in the earlier video. But again, number 1 book of all time is Silmarillion, probably the Hobbit, and then the Lord of the Rings after that. I've read those so many times, and leaving religious books out of it too, because I've read tons of those, and most may not be everybody's cup of tea. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow on day 25. May be another day delay because my parents are in seeing the new baby, and so tomorrow will be spent. I'm going to go play golf with my dad and some other stuff. So maybe no video tomorrow. Maybe we'll have to see. All right, talk to you guys later. Adios.